Here he is, Emmanuel Macron, France's youngest president at just 39 years old. He's a former investment banker. He defeated Marine Le Pen. He has a lot of challenges ahead of him, whether it is security and terrorism, a fresh relationship with the European Union. But he is set to be formally inaugurated in the ceremony that we are watching right now. Macron is a former advisor to the outgoing president. He worked quite closely with him, was an economic minister for him. And one of the things that he has to do is, of course, differentiate himself, not only as a politician from François Hollande, but as a man as well. And of course, all of that starts today. He is taking over the reins of power here. 65% of the French electorate voted for him, 35% did not. Let's listen to what's taking place.
7 mai 2017, à l'issue d'une campagne électorale inédite à plusieurs égards, et même chamboule tout.
We change everything. You recall you received 20,743,128 votes at the second round of the presidential election, meaning the absolute majority of votes casted according to the Articles 6, 7, and 58 of our Constitution. The Constitutional Council proclaimed you on the 10th of May the President-elect of the Republic. You are the eighth President of the Fifth Republic. And today, on the 14th of May, you are entrusted the highest office of the state. We congratulate you, Mr. President of the Republic. Chateaubriand wrote a sentence: to be the man of its country, it's needed to be the man of its time. I think that you are the man of your time through your choices, through your education, through your trajectory, and through your national identity. You've been elected by our people. You are the man of our country. You have the role to represent our country everywhere, in the overseas, in the world, in Europe. You are the President of the Republic. You are the leader of the state. You are the chief of the armies. You are the President of the Republic, a republic that is indivisible, that is laic. You have the responsibility to represent this republic, to personify the values, the language of this republic. In this world, in this new world in which we have different perspectives fighting each other, it's very important, it's highly important, your mission. This mission should be conducted along with your government and will be controlled by the parliament. You will try to calm the angers, repair the injuries. You will try to get rid of the doubts and personify the hopes. This is why your success will be the success of France, and this is why we are presenting you to your relatives, to the people who are close to you, and we hope that you will have a great success during your presidential term.
Monsieur President of the Republic,
We name you as the Grand Master of the National Order of Legion of Honor. and we are proud to be under your orders. Mr. President of the Constitutional Council, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished presidents, French people choose, you reminded it, on the 7th of May, they choose for the hope. The entire world was watching our presidential election. Everywhere we were asking ourselves whether French people will turn back to the past, whether they will leave the scene of the history to give up the democracy, or, on the contrary, French people will embrace the future to give themselves a new impulse, to reaffirm their faith on their values, these values which make them a big nation. On the 7th of May, French people decided, and I want to thank them. The responsibility that they entrusted me is an honor, and I'm mindful of its importance. The world and Europe needs France more than ever. The world and Europe needs a strong France, France that proclaims the voice of the liberty and solidarity. They need a France that which knows to reinvent the future. The world needs that French people teach them all the time through their history the courage of the liberty, the requirement of liberty, the will of fraternity. Since centuries, France is feeling threatened in its social model, in its beliefs. This is why my presidential term will be guided by two requirements. The first of these requirements is to give back to French people this confidence that they need, that was weakened. I never thought that this confidence will be reinstalled on the 7th of May in one night. We need to work for that. It's up to me to convince the French people that our country, having difficulties, facing hardship, has in itself all the resources needed to become a nation of the first level. I would like to remind my compatriots that we will have a renewal. We have all the assets that we need, and we can again become one of the big power of the 21st century. To do that, I will not give up anything. I'm committed to French people. We will work for the prosperity of France. The world will be liberated. We will support the companies. We will work on the culture and the education to create emancipation. The creation, innovation would be at the center of my action. French people who forget themselves through this huge movement of the world should see them better protected. What compose our national solidarity will be fortified. The equality in the face of the absence of light will be reinforced. Those who believe that France we should believe that France is a country in which we can live securely. We will defend the Republican values. We will defend our intelligence, our armies. The Europe that we need will be refounded and revived because Europe is protecting us and helps us to propagate our values to the world. Our institutions should find the efficiency that is the base of their perenity. Because I believe into the institutions of the Fifth Republic, I will do anything that I can so they can work properly. In order to do that, I will work so our country can regain a democratic vivacity, a vital democracy. To do that, I will need each and every one of you, the responsibility of the political elite, economic people, religious elite, all the corps constituted of the French nation would be called to duty. We cannot take refuge behind some customs that gets old. We have to feel the dignity, and we have to know what is making us get together. We have to react in an efficient way for our country. The France can be strong only if it is prosper. And this is my second requirement, because we will give to French people the taste of the future and the proud of being French. We will together overcome our fears, our anxiety, and we will set the example of a country that knows how to protect its values, the value of democracy and republic. The efforts of my predecessor have been remarkable, and I would like to thank them. I'm thinking to General de Gaulle, who worked to rise up France once again. I'm thinking to Georges Pompidou, who made France a strong industrial country. I'm thinking to François Mitterrand, who accompanied the reconciliation of the French dream and European dream. I'm thinking to Jacques Chirac, who gave us the place of a country, of a nation who knows how to say no. I'm thinking to Nicolas Sarkozy, who worked with a lot of effort to end the crisis, the economical crisis. I'm thinking to François Hollande, who protects French people in a world disturbed by the terrorism. He signed the convention regarding the climate change. Sometimes we are facing a discouragement. French people are feeling discouraged, and they feel like they are forgotten. What France should tell the world is that sometimes we can feel weakened. But today, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come to raise to the level of the time. The divisions that are passing through our society should be overcome, social, economical, political, or moral divisions, because the world is expecting from us to be strong and to look to the future. The emergence of France in the world is imminent. We will take all of our responsibility to do the necessary thing, and we will provide an answer to the contemporary crisis, migratory crisis, climate change, the excess of the global capitalism and everything is touching everyone on the same time, where we are interdependent, we are all neighbors. France will always take care of the liberty, will be all on the side of democracy, liberty, human rights, and we will work to construct peace in a sustainable fashion. We will correct the excess. We will work for democracy. This is our duty. We will work for a Europe more democratical, more political, because this is a tool that we can mobilize for our sovereignty, and I will work for our sovereignty. And the geographic places are reduced, but time is flowing much more quickly. We will not only fight for the current generation, but for the future generations. This is up to us, to all of us, today and now, to decide in which these generations will, the world in which these generations will live in. We have to construct, to create the world that our youth deserve. I know that French people are expecting a lot from me, because the mandate that they entrusted me is very important, and I'm mindful of that. I will never compromise. I will never lose my determination. I will never renounce to defend the highest interest of France. I will, on the same time, the constant will to reconcile and to get together each and every French citizen. The confidence that the French people put on me gave me a huge energy. It gives me the certitude that together we can write one of the most beautiful pages of French history. At that moment, everything can move. The French people always knew how to find new energy, the spirit of concord to create the change, a profound, deep change. This is why we are here. This is our mission, and in an humble fashion, I will serve my people. We will work together to carry out the task that is waiting for us. From tonight, from today on, I will I will start working. Long live France, long live the Republic.